are back with our next demonstration. I'm really excited about this one because this is not one that I made up. Gretchen has this delicious summer salad, so she's going to teach us how to make that with the dressing, and almost like with a creamy mayonnaise, so without the eggs. So
no eggs, no dairy.
Right, so
okay.
Take it away.
I actually made this in honor of you.
Okay.
Because this is all raw.
Mm-hmm.
This salad, traditionally it's called insalata russa. This was made in honor of a Russian aristocrat that was coming to visit the Palace of Naples. And they made this, it's called insalata russa because that means Russian salad. And it's made with peas, carrots, and potatoes. But the raw version is made with cauliflower, turnips, and carrots.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, it's very good. And it's perfect for the summertime. It's a real summer fresh salad.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I didn't know you could eat turnips raw.
You can. You'd be amazed at what you can eat raw.
Yeah, well, I'm learning.
Yeah.
So the basic salad is you take equal parts of cauliflower, carrots, and turnips, depending on how much you want to make. The only important part is that they're in equal parts. And you blend them up, chop them up, blend them up, make them as fine as possible. And you can see the type of texture that you need to accomplish. And then you just take a bag of peas, regular green peas. If you can find fresh ones if they're in season, that's better, the raw fresh peas. You can't always find them, so frozen peas,
work
just dethaw them and they work. And then one stalk of celery. Just chop it fine and place it in. The dressing is really the star of this salad.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's, we'll start putting the ingredients in.
Okay.
So this is it's very similar to a mayonnaise, but it has almond milk. Sure. Okay. And then this is, so the almond milk I'd say is 3/3 of a cup.
Okay.
Yeah. And we use sunflower oil, but I'm sure Dr. Ruby you could use other substitutions for
Sure.
sunflower oil. It's 1 cup of sunflower oil. And everybody will receive the recipe, so you can get the exact precise. And then this is almond flour. And this gives a really good consistency and a really good flavor because you're not adding any eggs and you're not adding any dairy. And then this last ingredient, second to last, is turmeric.
Great.
And this gives a really, this vibrant yellow as you see. Yeah.
And turmeric is so healthy. I mean, it's like emerging as one of those great superfood spices because it's an anti-cancer, it boosts your immune system. So anytime you can get extra turmeric in, it's great.
And then just salt.
And how much do you want?
We just say enough is enough. Whatever you.
Okay.
We say when it's enough. Okay. In Italian you say quanto basta. And that means when it's enough.
Okay. I like that. I don't like to measure, so
that's right.
I'm
we don't
good
measure.
just
We don't
throwing
measure.
stuff in.
Okay.
All right.
Now you're gonna want. Continue blending this. It takes about 20 minutes for it to become the mayonnaise consistency. But you can make this in advance. It holds up to 2 weeks in the refrigerator, and you can use it on other things. It really is like a dressing that you can use it on anything, really. But then when you mix it in here, it's always better that you keep it overnight in the refrigerator so that all the vegetables take in all the flavors and everything in there. And then you should put in just a little bit of lemon juice when it starts to get all ripped up. Yeah, a little bit thicker. A little bit thicker. And then we chose to serve it in endive cups because the endive is just a great lettuce to serve it in. And you can put the fresh peas on top, a little extra dressing on top. You just put a couple teaspoons into the mixed vegetables, put a lid on it, and leave it in the refrigerator overnight.
And so you just shredded the vegetables?
Just shred them. You just chop them up as fine as you. If you want to chop the the cauliflower up first and make it even finer. Some people like it even finer, like a couscous texture. And then the carrots and the turnip you could just shred.
So you could pulse that in your food processor if you don't want to chop and get it to a nice consistency.
Yeah, I put it all, yeah.
Yeah, you put it all in there.
Shred it all up.
And there's a shredder blade on the food processor too, so you don't have to use the hand shredder. You can do that with. So
I think we should taste this one too.
I think we should. I'm excited to
Pass
taste
this
this.
around, taste this.
So yeah, I'm gonna grab one.
Go ahead.
Right
And I think this, for the United States, this would be like a dinner in Italy. First of all, in Italy, we eat our big meal at 1 o'clock. That's the lunchtime, 1 or 2. And we usually eat for a couple hours.
Really?
Yes, because everything closes at about 1, and then everything opens up again at 5.
Okay.
So that's our break time. It's family time, we all eat together, all the schools close, so kids come home from school to eat. And then we take a little nap.
Very
Because it's
similar to Spain.
It's hot, yeah.
Yeah.
It's hot outside, especially this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we go back to work. But for dinner is a lighter meal, because dinner usually starts at like 8:30, 9 o'clock in the evening. So people don't want to eat heavy things. You eat pasta during the day, and then for your dinner you have olives, a piece of bread, some greens, maybe some beans, or something like this.
Right,
Salad like
and that makes a lot of sense. You want to eat light in the evening because you don't have time to burn all that food off. So that's excellent. Yeah, I love the idea of taking a break,
Yes.
eating, relaxing, snoozing, maybe.
Yeah, a little nap. You'd be amazed how much you can do with a little
Like a
nap.
power nap. We have
Yeah,
a
power
question back
nap.
here.
So for the sauce, the creamy topping, so do you just let it it keeps going for 20 minutes?
Yeah, it'll emulsify and turn
Okay.
into, it's not a really thick mayonnaise, but
Okay.
like a thinner mayonnaise, but pretty thick, like a cream, like a
Okay.
custard. And then you can either put it in a jar,
Okay.
squeeze it tight,
Okay.
seal it tight, and it'll last for about 2 weeks in the refrigerator.
Okay. So for 20 minutes is what it
Yeah.
go.
You'll
Have
see
you used
it.
this type of blender or another type?
Yeah, I used to Ninja.
Okay, so blender like this or
Yeah.
Ninja.
You
Does it
do
need to, like
need-
heat, I mean, we have a Vitamix, does it need to heat up at all? Or you
I mean, after the Vitamix, it will warm up after about 3 minutes.
Right.
It's gonna be warm. Is that okay?
I think it should.
As long as it continues to wick.
Yeah. I think
Or you
it's air.
could always give it a break, a minute or so in between and start it again.
Or you could probably make the almond milk cold,
Mm-hmm.
and that would probably help it to emulsify quicker, but I think the Vitamix is really fast. It might not take 20 minutes in a Vitamix,
Okay.
it might
Right.
take less of time,
Okay.
Right.
so you wouldn't have to worry about it getting too heat up. But like she's, you know, if it gets too hot, you can just stop for a minute, put it in the refrigerator for a second, let it cool off,
Right.
and start again.
It's similar to when you're making eggs, usually how you have to whip it for 8 minutes for
Yeah.
the fluffiness
Right.
and all that. Very
Right,
similar.
you just want to get the air.
Yeah, the
More
air
air
in there.
to emulsify. Right.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Well, good. What do you all think of that?
Is that
I love it. That's great. That's excellent. So this is even a good replacement for some of the store-bought vegan mayos that you buy. Make your own and store it.
Yeah.
What's the lettuce? What's the?
good? That's endive.
Endive, yeah. That's always great for serving things in the endive because it's on a little cup. Sometimes romaine works really well. So when you're doing little, guest and parties, endive is always great to put some dip or something in. So, yeah, thank you. That's excellent. Another new recipe. I'm excited about that one. All right.
So what's next?
So we have. So before we go to the next one, tell us a little bit about the itinerary of the trip.
Okay, good. We're all flying into Naples.
Okay.
So wherever, there's people coming from all over the United States. So you're going to book your flights and fly into Naples. We're going to come pick you up. And we are about 45 minutes to an hour. We have 5 bed and breakfasts that have agreed to go vegan for the month of July.
That's huge.
So 2 of them are going to be all of our American guests.
Okay.
And the other 4 are going to be from all over Europe. So we have some people from Spain, some people from Paris, some people from Ireland that are coming. And they won't be taking the tour that we're taking. They'll just be joining us for the dinners.
Oh, okay.
Because they all have their own itineraries. But there'll be 22 people on every week.
Okay.
And we're going to be going to see, during the day we're going to be seeing all the cultural things. I don't know if everybody knows what a World Heritage Site is. It's the United Nations declared certain places worth of, what they call it, bene. In Italy, they call them a bene. There are sites that have some particular history, and they're protected.
Okay.
In the region of Campania, there are 42 in all over Italy. In the region of Campania, there's 8.
Okay.
Where you don't have, a week's not enough time to see them all, but we're going to see a lot of them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
One of them being the Greek temples of Pestum, which is the best Greek temples outside of Greece. 3 of them, and we're going to stroll down the street and see them and get some ice cream. Because they have the best ice cream shop right across the temples. The best ice cream shop. Yes, they do. It's called Valsoia, and it's made with soy milk.
So
Yes.
vegan ice cream.
Yes, vegan ice cream. And they have the water. They have the water ice, which
Right.
we can.
Right.
There's just no problem. They have that too. So we have some options. We have some options.
Right.
Some of the other sites we're going to be seeing. Well, one day we're going to be taking a boat.
Okay.
All right. Does anybody here ever heard of the Blue Caves, the Blue Grotto? Has anybody ever heard of that? Well, we're going to be getting on a small boat and crouching down to go through the hole to see the Blue Grotto.
Wow.
So
Okay.
the boats are called Gozza.
Okay.
And what they were fishing boats, and now they're retired fishing boats because no one fishes with those kind of boats anymore. And we're going to take a 2-hour boat ride. There's 5 caves. The village is called Palmudo, and the caves are formed like a hand. And in each bay, there's a different cave. One is the blue cave, then they have the sulfur cave. They have the iron cave, which is red. They call it the
Okay.
blood cave.
Okay.
Not appropriate for a tasting, but yes. And then they have other caves that are just
Right.
bird sanctuaries and
Okay.
other creatures like
Wonderful.
that. So it's a beautiful boat ride that we're
Yeah.
taking that day. And then we're going to eat at a restaurant overlooking the water.
Okay. Wonderful. It's going to be a good opportunity to pack your camera and get some
Yes, yes. And you'll be able to go swimming, so you need to bring your swimsuit.
good. Right. There's the beach, right?
The water is crystal clear, you can see to the bottom.
Wow. I can't wait to be resting on the beach of Italy.
Yes.
That's going to
Yes.
be very relaxing.
So I have a question for you. If you're not quite vegan yet, would you still be welcome on the trip?
Of course.
Let me repeat her question.
You repeat her question.
Yeah, for those who didn't hear it online, she said, if you're not quite vegan, are you still welcome on the trip? Absolutely, absolutely. We don't discriminate. This is a fun tour.
You will not be alone.
Yeah, and the food is going to be delicious, so you're not going to miss the meat. I mean, you're going to have a wonderful experience, lots of energy, but no one's going to be looking at you funny because you're not vegan. We won't even know because it's all vegan food anyway. But you know, if it comes up, it's not an issue. I mean, I know people are at different spectrums of their dietary habits. So the worst thing you can do is say, oh, exclude people because they're not where you are. And so this is a spectrum. We take baby steps sometimes to get where you want to be. And so if you're just trying to eat healthier and have a healthy vacation, this is that. So yeah, so there'll be no upturns because you're not vegan.
What are the dates again?
Okay, there's 4 series of tours from Saturday to Saturday. The first starts July 4th, and then they go every Saturday
And
afterwards.
yeah, and mine is great. You want to come on the 11th with me. That week, you know, I mean, they're going to all be fun weeks. March week is going to be really fun. So, but yeah, the 11th to the 18th, I believe, is the week that I'm going to be there. So would love to see you guys there, but any week would be great, but that's a great week to go.
Yes, it is. You should go.
But do you have a price range yet or anything?
Yes, you'll get all that information along with your recipes. You'll get all the information, you'll get a flyer, you'll get the itinerary on it, a couple pictures, just yeah.
Yeah. Excited. And the great thing about it is everything's included, so you don't have to worry about anything once you get there. I mean, you've already paid for everything's done. You just go and have a good time.
And Dr. Ruby, that's wine and liquor too.
That includes the wine. Okay. For those who like to, yeah.
Can't go
So
wrong.
that includes everything. So you don't have to worry about how to get to where we're going, how to get back to the airport.
We won't
You know,
lose you. We haven't lost anyone yet.
Everything's taken care of. You just get there and
Right,
and
we
it's
just pick
done.
you up and then we'll drop you off. Now, I want to say about the wine too. There's no sulfites in any of the wines.
Okay.
So that's also
I
a good
know,
point.
yeah, some people have sensitivities to sulfites and they add sulfites to a lot of wine. So it's great to have it without that.
Right,
You know,
right.
a lot
And then
of
there's,
less hangover type
Yes,
feelings
and-
with no sulfites.
this is something we talk about all the time, the hangover.
Mhm.
Now, I can tell you that you're not going to get a hangover from red wine with no sulfites.
Okay.
Now, there is a debate on that, because some people say no, but I'm telling you, in my experience, and I am an avid wine drinker, that you are not going to have a hangover
Okay.
with red wine. At least our red wine, I can guarantee it.
That's good to know. I personally don't drink wine, but I'm excited about all the options that for, folks who do, that's, can't get better than that. Yeah.
Do you drink liquor?
No, I don't. I'm a water girl. Grape
Okay.
juice. Can I get some fresh pressed?
Sure. That's what we give the kids, but we'll let you have some.
I'll take that.
But also, besides the wine, speaking of liquor, we make the citrus liquor out of lemons because the Amalfi Coast is known for their limoncello. Have anybody heard of limoncello before? So I don't know if anybody knows this, but you can make liquor almost out of anything. Really, really. We make it out of bay leaves, which is delicious. It's like a really bright, vibrant green, and it's very refreshing. We call it a digestive. I'm not sure about that. But that's what we
It's
said.
fermented,
That's what we
baby.
said. Yes. I don't know, I'm not sure. But we're going to taste some of those too. The ones that are classical around us, of course, is limoncello because we have beautiful lemons that are literally this big. And then we have a different kind of lemon that you eat the whole thing. I don't know if you ever heard of these types of lemons. No, they're not Meyer lemons. They're different. They're an Amalfi Coast lemon. They're about the size of a small soccer ball, and they have no pesticides because they use the rind. So they're very particular about not spraying anything on these lemons because you can't wash the rind or you wash the oils off. So they cut the lemon up and they mix it with liquor and sugar and all these other things, and you eat it like a salad.
Wow. Interesting. Wow. Well, that's lots of options there. It's going to be an experience, to say the least. Question?
Can I ask about pastas?
Yes.
Any pastas on the trip?
Oh, we're gonna eat a lot of pasta.
Okay.
Italians eat pasta like Chinese eat rice. It's pretty much the same thing. I personally eat pasta every day. It rarely passes a day when we don't eat pasta. It's the amount of pasta
Right.
that you have to be careful with and what flour you use.
Okay.
But yes, we're gonna make a lot of gluten-free pastas. We use chickpea flour, which comes a great pasta out of that.
Right.
And then there are other, you see on the market today, you see the rice flours.
Right.
It's very popular, that too. And there are some other ones that
There
are,
are quinoa flours,
Yeah.
some of the bean flours.
Yeah.
we use, yeah.
they come out, they're good. I think they're very good.
Yeah, I've had many different pastas with black bean flour, brown rice, and I love them. Mung bean flour for pasta. I generally stay away from the wheat pastas because there's so many other options and they have a lot of protein. So they're a lot, and to know that there'll be gluten-free options, that's great.
Well, we're all going to be making them. If you come, you're going to be making them too.
So we'll be learning how to make some pasta.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're going to
okay.
learn how to make, because every area has its own shape of pasta.
Okay.
Their own traditional type of pasta. The pasta in our area is called a fusilli. You make it with a wire. The wire's about so big. And then you take a small ball of pasta, and it's an olive oil pasta. They make it with a regular grain, but we're going to make it with chickpeas. And then you roll it out, almost like a bucatini. Has a little hole in the center. And you just roll them out super thin. And you just line them up on the table until you have enough for everybody.
Wow.
My mother-in-law's going to come over and she brings her wires.
Oh,
And we're all going to roll the pasta out.
That's great. That sounds exciting. I haven't made, that's the one thing I haven't made yet is pasta my own, so I'm excited.
yeah, we're gonna make
Yeah,
that
I'm
pasta.
excited about that. Question
So
here?
I may have missed this, were there like cooking classes infused into this experience as well? Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah, so our question is, are there cooking classes infused into the trip as well? And yes, there are, as she mentioned here, plus the demos that I'll be doing too. So, yeah.
Maybe I should just clarify that a little bit. So we have 4 weeks of tours. They run Saturday to Saturday, and every week has a different host.
Okay.
We have 2 hosts every week, and each host is going to do 2 demonstrations. Now, they're not all going to be cooking demonstrations, because not all the hosts are chefs, but we're going to cook together mainly every night. One day we're going to be going to a town called Padula to see a monastery, and there's a huge market there. We're going to collect our produce, and in the evenings we break up into groups and we have a little cooking competition. And the judges will be the hosts and my mother-in-law. So you better be good because she's very particular. And then the winners, we're going to give out books, T-shirts,
Right.
that's all.
Right, yeah, kind of like our own version of Iron Chef or something.
That's right. Vegan style.
Exactly. And some gifts like that, right?
Yeah.
Some of the vegan cheese.
Some
there.
books, some T-shirts, some cheeses. This is Male Ghost cheese. She's going to be on
Excellent.
week 3.
Mhm.
Yeah. and-
Great cheese.
Yes,
Have
and
that.
she gave us these cheeses for the event today.
Mhm.
And I don't know how many varieties of cheeses that she has in total, but there's a lot of them.
Right, and they're aged just like cheese. You're
Yeah.
using a nut base, but the same process you do for cheese. So like, it's not cheese, it is actually cheese, but instead of milk, we're using cashews or some other type of nut, but made in the same process.
Yeah, they're a huge variety.
Right.
She did a very good job. They're very delicious.
Excellent.
We're
Okay.
gonna be tasting them too.
Yeah,
Because
excellent.
that's our next
Okay,
course.
so we'll take a break and then you'll taste the last dish. So those online, if you have some questions while we're taking our little break, please do send them along. And thanks for hanging in there with us.